The Libra archetype, yeah, they are so flirty that they don't even notice they're doing it. And to their partner, if they aren't comfortable with that, or if they're not the types to be flirting and talking to people like that, they're going to be so offended. Like, I know I would be as a Scorpio. I'd be like, you treat that person like you treat me. Is that your new girlfriend? Because it should be. It should be. Welcome to Yap Therapy. Happy new moon week. I hope you guys have had a beautiful Virgo new moon, and I hope you set your intentions. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard, but eclipse season is approaching, and during this particular Virgo new moon, it is the best time to set intentions, because usually during eclipse season it's best to not do things the way you normally would with new moons or full moons in terms of setting intentions and releasing and all that jazz, because eclipse season is all about fated events, things that you truly have no control over, so you just have to let the energy be. But this is the last new moon before eclipse season, so really the best time to set intentions going into the next few months. So if you haven't done that already, go ahead and do it. It's better late than never. So yeah, and just to start this off real messy, I had posted a snippet of one of my last videos. It was about Libras and how they're like the best flirts on TikTok. And that video starts getting some traction on TikTok, and it starts blowing up just a little bit. And it was so funny seeing the comments start rolling in from the Libras. And I thought it would be so selfish of me to be the only one that is experiencing the joy and the laugh of the reaction to that Libra video. So I thought we could go over some of my favorite comments on there, because I know you Libra lovers, Libra haters, Libra placements will be thoroughly invested and entertained by these comments. I made sure to include a mixture of both, and it's so funny posting. Anyone who posts anything online knows it's so funny, because people will be under your post saying complete opposite things, and it's just so funny because you get to experience both. All right, let's get into it. All right. So again, this video that I posted was about me talking about how Libras are the biggest flirts, right? Someone said, been writing love poems for crushes since the 4th grade. I'm sure you were. Honestly, I'm a Libra Mercury. That's around the first time I had a crush, was like 4th grade, like a serious crush. And I probably would have written a poem. I probably would have. My English actually wasn't the best at that time in 4th grade, so maybe a good thing that I didn't write the poem. Maybe that was the reason I didn't write the poem. Someone said, actually one of my friends commented on there and said, I just dated my first Libra and never again. That man was flirting with a bartender right in front of me and swore it was just friendly. My Scorpio Stelly cannot and will not. Honestly, that is so true. Like, if you're with a Libra, again, the Libra archetype, if this isn't hit for you as a Libra, good for you. You're great. You're better than everyone. Is that what you wanted to hear? The Libra archetype, yeah, they are so flirty that they don't even notice they're doing it. And to their partner, if they aren't comfortable with that, or if they're not the types to be flirting and talking to people like that, they're going to be so offended. Like, I know I would be as a Scorpio. I'd be like, you treat that person like you treat me. Is that your new girlfriend? Because it should be. It should be. It should be. Okay, next we really don't flirt. We're just super friendly and charming, and people think that we're flirting with them. I get that. You know what I mean? I understand that a lot of Libras get in trouble for being flirty when really they're just charming, naturally charming people that get along with everybody. But you have to understand that that energy and that aura and that essence, other people view it as flirting, because that's what normal people do in order to flirt with people. They connect with people. They care. But for Libra, they just naturally care. They naturally are invested in people and want to know more about them. And then they have Venus on their side, which makes them very likable. So, you know, it's a whole shtick. Correction. I don't have crushes. I'm everybody's crush. Oh, it's like that. It's like you don't have any crush. I don't know. I do believe that you guys are probably everyone's crushes, because Libra's got that charm. But that's very cocky of you to say, Libra. I don't have crushes. I'm everybody's crush. That's very presumptuous of you. Also, it's crazy to say you don't have any crushes. Like, come on. Like, let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. You always have a love story playing in your head. It's a matter of who's the main character. You know what I mean? Who's the supporting lead actress in that film with you? Someone said, yes, but we fall for love too hard. It consumes us. Yes, it does. It does. It does consume you guys. I feel like Libra will make love their whole entire purpose. Libra placements will make love and the act of finding love, finding their partner, their whole entire purpose. And that's when they get lost in life, because there's so much more to do. And there's so many other ways your Venusian energy wants to be expressed. Like, yes, in relationships, Libra, your Venusian energy wants to be expressed, but you also have this creative edge to you, and you should be able to allow Venus's energy to entice you in other ways rather than just relationship. This was my favorite. I don't even know why I do it, LOL. That is funny. I also think that like Libras get themselves in trouble a lot because, like I said, they don't even know that they're doing it. Like, they're just doing it and they're used to do it. It's like how a normal person breathes air. Libra just walks into a room and they're flirting and they're flirting and they're flirting. They're not thinking, hey, I want to walk into this room and flirt. They walk into that room and they talk and they talk and they are charming and they make people smile. They say all the right things. You do it because it's fun. Let's be honest. Another Libra said, this is no lie. I have rom-coms playing in my head all day long. Week, year, go on. Oh my God. I see that. I see that. I really, really do. You guys just love love. Not this Libra, honey. The reason I have my other half is because he finds my geekiness / weirdness cute. This one just, it's giving a little Libra pick me. I'm sorry. It is. Because it's like, what does your geekiness and weirdness have to do with anything? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Someone else said, we are pimps. But they're not flirts. But they're pimps. Get it right. Someone else said, I don't know. I don't think I've had a single crush in my life. See, like, what? That is like an insane thing to say. I've never had a crush in my life. You're lying. You're lying. Too far. You could have made your point in other ways. You didn't need to say you've never had a crush in your life. I don't believe you. I don't. Someone said, wrong. I don't flirt. Period. That's it. Wrong. I don't flirt. Okay, what do you want me to do about that? You should start. You probably feel really empty. You know what I mean? You need to fill up that space, that validation that a Libra needs when they flirt. You should start flirting tomorrow, today. You really need to catch up. I think you're actually missing a key part of your life if you've never flirted in your life before. Someone said, I don't flirt because I have a crush. I flirt because it's a true sport. I want to make them like me so that I can turn them down. Expose yourself. Oh my God. That is crazy. You know what? I really appreciate the honesty. I really do. Wow. A true sport. Someone said, I mean, it's true. I even have a crush on a fictional book character. Yeah, I think that's normal. It's okay. It's okay. You can have a book boyfriend. You can have a book boyfriend, Libra. You enjoy it. You get lost in it. You get lost in that story. All right? Community husband, they call us. This top 3. I'm sorry, this comment is top 3. Who said you're a community husband? What did you do to be deemed as the community husband? And it does give a little Libra. Because, like, what did I say? They'll treat the bartender like they're treating you because they're just so kind and, you know, they don't flirt. They just get along with everyone. But you can't help but feel like, what's so special about me if you are talking to everybody the way you talk to me? It's giving community husband. We Libras make it look smooth like butter on a tortilla. That's it. Period. Someone said, we are good at it. Come to think of it, we kind of good at a lot of things. I'm so glad this made you realize how good you are at everything and a lot of things. Like, wow. Humble king. Humble kings. I deadass fall in love every day. Like I said, most crushes ever. They have the most crushes ever. Literally, someone can make eye contact with them by accident and Libra will think, did we just fall in love? Does this mean that, like, we're a thing now? Do I need to find out where you work? I flirt with zero endgame. Don't even like you. I am just flirty. Does it get me in sticky situations? Yes. Will I continue? Also, yes. What I'm getting from this is that the Libras know. The Libras know. They know what they be doing with that mouth, you know? And I think you guys like it. You guys like the drama a little bit. And you don't shy away from like having crushes and like flirting with people, because I think to you guys, you always know the options are open, and no matter what, there can be someone else that you can fall in love with. Like if it doesn't work here, it'll be someone else. You know, you don't get stuck on people. And we'll end it with this one. It's true. I flirt with men I hate. Laughing face emoji. Good on you. Good on you. We do need to dissect why, you know what I mean? Why you flirt with the ones that you hate. Maybe it's like the other person when they're like, it's a sport. I want to see if I can make them like me. And maybe that's why you're doing it. And you know what? If that is your hobby, who am I to judge? There's weirder hobbies out there. And if you feel good about yourself when you flirt with men you hate, who am I to stop you? Okay, I want to tell you guys about my favorite astrological planner. It's one I've been using for a few years. And they just opened their pre-sale, I believe. I'm going to post it here. I'm not getting anything from this. I just literally wanted to share it with you guys because it's my favorite. And they always have a pre-sale for the upcoming year's planner. And they sometimes do sell out. So I just wanted to share with you guys because I just ordered mine for 2025 and it's truly the best planner ever. Like, I love the quality of it, and I love just how many things are included in this planner. Like, it'll show you weekly transit, monthly transits. It'll have a section for like your monthly intentions, like your daily moons, big transits that are happening, like just so many things in one planner that I just love looking at throughout the year, just to see the energy. Like, I love using a planner in general, and to have an astrological planner that shows me like what energies I'm working with throughout the week or the month, or what full moons are coming up and new moons are coming up and eclipses and all that jazz. Like, it's so good to just have this little planner that includes everything. So yeah, I just wanted to share it with you guys in case anyone wanted anything like that. So order it if you want to use astrology to help you be more organized, or just to be more aware of what energies you're working with. And it's actually so funny because I just saw that, like, I believe it's New York Fashion Week this week. And it's so funny because Venus just moved into Libra, and I'm like, does that happen every year? Like, how crazy is it? Because it can't be a coincidence. And it's just crazy because it's like, you're telling me that Fashion Week is happening when Venus is in its home sign of Libra, and y'all still don't believe in astrology? Like, come on. Like, that is insane to me. I feel like because Venus is in Libra, everything that is happening during Fashion Week will be even more appreciated because the energy is calling for that, you know? And that's the beauty of astrology. When you use certain transits that correspond with real life events, it just makes that event that much better because the energy of the planets is helping whatever it is that you're doing on this earth. You know what I mean? So when Venus is in Libra and Fashion Week, an event that has to do with fashion and aesthetics, is happening, I feel like people will appreciate it even more because the energy of the planets is calling to that. You guys, I saw this fucking meme and I just cannot. I cannot. I'm going to post it right here. And I feel like they read my mind. Like, someone came into my mind and they took this, because this is genuinely how I feel. I always say this when I do these astrology lists. And basically the meme says, for the audio listeners, some of these astrology posts are so biased and specific, like Aquarius, super great friends, Pisces, beautiful people, truly. Cancer, are always there for you. Libra, super understanding. Capricorn, will convince you to break up with your boyfriend and then have sex with him behind your back. Fuck you, Sarah. First of all, why do they have to name her Sarah without an H too, just like the way I spell mine? I literally was cracking up dying because that's literally what it feels like. I swear, when you are reading some of these astrology lists or even astrology posts, like when I be on Astro Twitter, and they just go in on one sign and they're just being so nice to the other ones. Or like I said, the lists where like clearly every single sign is well thought out, and then there's one sign that has like the craziest shit that does not go with the group and is not nice at all. Like, that shit makes me laugh so hard because it's so obvious. I'm like, this is an ode to the person that you have a problem with. This is an ode to your enemy, to your ex bestie, to your mom that you hate. Like, this isn't about astrology. This was never about astrology. You just really want to give that little final jab, you know? Like, I want the person that made this list to text Sarah, you know what I mean? Tell that hoe, fuck you, Sarah. And this has nothing to do with the fact that she was a Capricorn, you know what I mean? Sarah is a shitty person and a bad friend and a hoe. I saw this post on Instagram and it really hit for me. You guys know the actor Woody Harrelson? Basically, he said, I don't like to be readily available to any human being at any time. It really, really hit for me. And I'm like, oh my God, it gives Aquarius, Scorpio energy. Because truly, my phone is on Do Not Disturb as much as it can be. Really, like it really, really is. And if I get kidnapped, I fear no one will know. I'm so bad at texting and calling. Like people will just think, oh, she's having like, you know, her do not disturb moment, you know what I mean? Like no one will know, like, because I genuinely am so bad at texting or calling or picking up the phone. Like I love ignoring calls, you know what I mean? And I know that's like so not Capricorn rising of me, but like, how dare you call me? Seriously, like, why are you calling me? Do you have an appointment? Not that I'd be taking appointments for calls, but no, really, like you should be, like it should be a text. You'd be like, do you want to talk on the phone? I probably don't, but because I'm nice and you asked nicely beforehand, I'll say yes because I'm a good person. But truly, I don't understand how people just be calling people and people get mad at people when they don't text back right away. Like that, I will never understand. You know what I mean? Or like people that are like, oh, I saw you were on social media, but you didn't text me back. I didn't realize you were my own personal CIA agent. People in the age of technology, they just have so much audacity when it comes to you and how fast you reply and how often you reply and when you reply. And I get it, especially in America in general and the way that we operate in terms of work life versus personal life. I feel like people take their jobs very seriously. I get it. Listen, I get it. It's how you make ends meet. And in this country especially, I feel like people have a toxic relationship with their jobs, and their jobs obviously don't treat them good enough, and they make them feel like that you need them more than they need you, which is shitty. I feel like it should be an equal give and take where you feel very valued at every company you work with. But a lot of people sadly don't, and a lot of people feel this pressure to always be available when it comes to their job. And I feel like we carry that into our personal lives too, where we almost assume, I say we, actually I don't include me, where people think that you owe them a certain amount of attention and that you owe them a response right away, and you don't. I'm here to let you know that you don't. You can set those boundaries, and if you don't feel like replying to people, don't. If you feel like you don't want to call people back, don't. I sometimes feel like, you know, if you love them enough, or if there's someone that's really important to you, you will let them know, hey, I just need some me time. So you don't just like ghost them and make them feel like, you know, they're doing something wrong. But for the most part, if it's people that know you and they understand you, hopefully when you don't reply right away, they're okay with it because they know that you will when you have time or when you have the energy to. And like, we don't need these like huge excuses or big excuses as to why you're not replying or why you're not available. Like maybe you're just taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? Maybe you're just doing your own thing, replenishing yourself. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you're ignoring people. And that doesn't mean that, it doesn't always mean that you're like sad and depressed and they need to check on you. Like maybe you just genuinely need some time to hibernate and figure out your own energy before you're available to other people. And that doesn't mean that you're a bad person, you know? Having phones nowadays, I feel like it just makes people feel like you owe them a certain amount of yourself at all times because of a phone. Because if you think about it, your phones are an extension of you. So if they know that you're with it all the time and you're not replying, people take that shit very seriously and they take it very personally. And I just don't understand why, you know? Just because we have phones and technology and we can easily communicate with each other more than any other time in the history of time, that doesn't mean that it's normal for us spiritually to be available to everyone at all times and to be readily available to talk to them via text or phone or FaceTime or whatever, in person, whatever. Like, I genuinely think we all as a society need more solo time. Time to really get in touch with what we need, who we are, because it's so easy for us more than any other time before to see what's happening in other people's lives via social media and via, our phones. So I think we just have to get in touch with like ourselves and our needs and what makes us happy. And this isn't a hot take, but I just feel like our phones, although they are such useful tools, we also have to remember that just because we have a tool that allows people to have access to us 24/7 doesn't mean that we need to use it 24/7. So I was thinking about Virgo energy, as I do with every season, every astrological season that comes up. I was thinking about Virgo energy, and I was thinking about the darker side of Virgo energy, and what that entails. Obviously, like, you have like the judgmental / perfectionist side of Virgo, but I feel like what we don't talk about enough for Virgo is their obsessive tendencies. Like, we always associate obsessiveness with Scorpio, which is true, but also Virgo has this obsessive streak within them, and they almost don't know when to give up, when it's time to let go of something. Like, Virgo energy gets hyper fixated on shit, and sometimes that obsessive nature leads them to wasting their own time on people or situations that are no longer serving them. And I think it's because also they have this complex of like, well, I chose this, therefore it has to be worth my time, or they just don't want to be wrong about something or someone, which makes them hold on to people and situations for far too long. And it's crazy because they're a mutable sign, right? But I think because Virgo takes things very seriously, it's hard for them to let go. And it's crazy because you think of like Gemini and Pisces and Sagittarius, and they all do fit that like mutable energy archetype. They need change all the time. And that's Virgo too. Virgo enjoys learning about new things. It's just that they get obsessed with things so they can stay on something longer than the average mutable. You know what I mean? Like, other mutables are flighty and they're ready to experience something new and they'll get bored easily. The thing with Virgo is they don't get bored easily. They get obsessed easily, and because of that, I feel like they hold on to people and situations for far longer than definitely Sagittarius and Gemini. And, at least with Pisces, if they don't feel emotionally tied to you anymore, they don't feel the need to stick around and make it work. Whereas with Virgo, if they have told themselves that, no, like, I'm still working on you and I'm still working on this, they'll stick around and they'll beat a dead horse and they'll stay around and try to perfect it and master it and make this work for you and them. And it's just detrimental, I feel like, sometimes to y'all's mental health, because you don't know when to quit. And quitting doesn't always mean it's a bad thing. Obviously, it's not good to quit everything you ever start, but I also think some people have this idea of like, okay, if I quit, it means that I'm weak, or like, what does that say about me? But I think sometimes you have to call it quits on certain situations for your own sanity. And Virgo, it doesn't mean that you're weak, and it doesn't mean that you didn't try hard enough. Certain things just need to be deaded, and that's okay. You know what I mean? That's totally okay. And it's crazy because actually just recently I was watching a video about this, or it was by this trauma therapist. His name is Patrick Tihan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's a childhood trauma therapist, and he said that the defining symptom of childhood trauma is trying to get a difficult person to be good to us in our adult life. And I think that is so crazy. Like, I'll repeat that just in case you missed it. The defining symptom of childhood trauma is trying to get a difficult person to be good to us in our adult life. And that is insane to me. It seems like such like an easy thing. Like, oh, like I have childhood trauma because I'm trying to get a difficult person to be a good person to me. But that's like insane, because who doesn't want people to be good to them? Like if someone's treating you like shit, you can't help but think that like, oh, like they'll get better, you know? Or maybe they're having an off day. We don't automatically assume like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the type of person I should be around or that I should allow in my life, because if they're comfortable treating me like this, who's to say that they're not going to do it tomorrow or the next day, you know? So I guess more so it's about if you see it's a habit or not. But most toxic relationships, it is a habit. It's not a one-off thing. Like it's someone that is constantly confusing you with their ups and downs, and you never really know where you stand with them. And you always feel like you have to work harder to get their attention or to deserve their love. And another thing he said in that video I watched is that he said the missing ingredient is our own goodness and our own power. I'm assuming he means that that's the missing ingredient that we can have in order to not be in these types of relationships, you know, with people that are not right for us. I just feel like when we are desperate to make someone treat us with respect or just treat us kindly, we are consistently giving our own power away in our relationships, you know? We're essentially letting them know that like the way you treat me is okay with me and I'm staying, you know? And that doesn't only make you look weak, but it also makes you powerless. You're literally giving them your power. You're letting them know that no matter what, I'm gonna be here. And the most toxic people are feeding off of your power and your need for validation and your need for their love. It makes them feel so good. Even if they would never admit that, I'm telling you, a part of them feels so good because they know that they're holding all of your emotions in their hands, and there's nothing they can do that would make you step away from them. That's giving them so much power. And that's what self-respect is. You know what I mean? Self-respect is someone treating you like shit and you letting them know, I don't play around. You can't do that. I will walk away the next time you do that. And that's if you're being generous and you give them one other chance. Some of us will just be like, I do not fuck with people that do that shit to me. Have a good life. Bye. You know what I mean? Depending on how drastic the issue is. But people that know that they have you, they got you, and that they know that you're under their spell, they know that no matter what they do, no matter how they treat you, you're always going to be there. And they know that they have that power over you. And that's so sad, because you keep believing in someone that has no intentions of changing. And it really does break my heart for anyone that is dealing with that. I think all of us deal with that at some point in our lives, and you really won't be able to master disengaging with people like that until you go through it at least once, until you feel stupid. Honestly, I think that is the remedy, is feeling so damn stupid and all your stupidity just hitting you in the face one day, and you realize just how stupid you've been. You're like, I never want to be that way again. It almost disgusts you, even though it shouldn't, you know what I mean? Because we all are on a journey and we are all learning how we want to be treated and how we are allowing other people to treat us. All that shit is so important in any relationship. So if you are someone that is fighting for someone's approval of you and is consistently changing yourself to make someone accept you, you're not in the right relationship. It shouldn't be that hard. And it just all comes back to, like I said, that Virgo energy of like believing that if you try harder and you provide more and help fix it a little bit longer, it'll be perfect. But sometimes, actually no, a lot of times, it's not our fucking job to shape people or situations. It's our job to realize that this person or situation, as they are currently, isn't good for me, isn't good for us. And it's time to let go. You know, potential is such a dangerous thing. And I think that's what I wish someone would have told me when I was younger, is stop falling in love with shit or having all these expectations, all because of potential, all because of what your mind has created. Listen, I love potential when it comes to manifesting. You know what I mean? When it comes to your own goals, I think that's all potential. You are literally thinking about what could potentially happen and you're telling yourself that's going to happen. That's manifestation for you, and that's beautiful. But when you are, you know, using potential when it comes to relationships, that's when it gets really, really dangerous, because you're almost lying to yourself and saying, well, that's what's going to happen because that's the potential. I see their potential. Okay, that's like one of 20 different ways this could go. And maybe, just maybe, 2% of people, the potential that they see in their partner or in their friend or even a toxic relationship with their mom or dad or family member, they assume it'll happen. And maybe like 2% of times it happens the way that you potentially thought it would. And honestly, amazing for those people. But the other 98%, it doesn't happen that way. And now you've disappointed yourself, you know? And I think it comes back to time. I think a lot of people waste their time. And because they've wasted their time, now they're scared. So now they want to make this work even more because they're like, this couldn't have been all for nothing. Like this relationship, this friendship, it couldn't have been for nothing. Even family dynamics, like, you know, blood is thicker than water. Like, they're my family. I have to make it work. And it's like, you are literally, quite literally, putting yourself through so much pain and so much hardship, all because you're telling yourself the ending includes them. My life includes them. You know what I mean? And maybe it doesn't. And maybe with other people, the journey won't be so miserable. But because you've told yourself that the ending chapter includes this person and this situation, you're making something really toxic want to work for you. And one thing we can really learn from Libra energy is the importance of partnership, true partnership, and the balance that that requires. Like, there should be balance in every aspect of your relationship. And, you know, I mean, I wish I had the cure for people that are stuck in relationships that are one-sided. That would probably save people a lot of heartache. But if you are wondering if you're in the right relationship, the easiest way to know is asking yourself, does this feel balanced? Does this partnership feel balanced in every sense of the word? You know what I mean? Like, how much I check in on them. Do they check in on me? How much I try to make their life easier. Do they try to make my life easier? You know, how much affection I give them. Do they give me some of that back? And if those things aren't aligned, then you know it's not the right relationship for you. Funny. Okay, on to some other fun shit. I saw this funny list posted right here. This is, are the signs going to heaven or hell? We were discussing this because it's so funny. Obviously, there's only two options, so we're just going to go through it real quick. It says Aries is going to hell. Yes, obviously. Obviously, Aries is going to hell. Come on. Mars, fighting. All they want to do is argue with you, and they'll yell at you. Like, that is, it's not giving demure. It's not giving heaven. Taurus is heaven, duh. Venus ruled. You know what I mean? Like, of course, they're perfect. Gemini is Satan. Yes. Because they're just having fun. You know what I mean? And from what I know, right? Wasn't Satan like a god? Wasn't he like a god first and then, or an angel, and then he, like, you know, went to hell because he did something bad? Like, that's Gemini energy. The twins, evil twin, not so evil twin. That's giving Satan. That's giving Satan. Cancer, heaven. Debatable. Debatable. Who said? Who said? Who said? Honestly. Leo, heaven. But Leo, you would look so much better in red. Come on. Orange tones, red tones, like, that's your vibe, right? Virgo is heaven. Virgo's the virgin. You know, the virgin is in heaven. You're perfect. That's where you belong, Virgo. You can never do no wrong. Truly, I feel like Virgo, if something went wrong and Virgo was in hell, like the elevator went down instead of up on their last day, the way Virgo would be freaking the fuck, they'll have a heart attack if the elevator doors open and they see fire everywhere. They're gonna be like, I thought I was finally getting a peace of mind. I think actually that would be really fun. If I was in charge of, if I was God and I was in charge of who goes to heaven or hell, I would fuck with Virgo. I would be like, well, we all know Virgo's coming up here, unfortunately. But why don't we play a little prank and put Virgo in the wrong elevator where they go to hell first? Now I would love to see that because they would freak out. Libra's in hell? Okay, that I did not expect. Libra in hell, I did not expect at all. Why would Libra be in hell? Their ex is a Libra, for sure. Everyone would put Libra in heaven. No, Venus ruled. Why does Taurus get to be in heaven and Libra doesn't? You know, maybe, I mean, but to be honest, I feel like Libra would have more fun in hell. I really do. I really do. Because, like, you know what? Looking at these signs, like, where would they have more fun? Aries, more fun in hell. Taurus, more fun in heaven. They don't want to be in hell. It's too loud. People are all up in their business. You know what I mean? No, it's too much. It's too chaotic for them. Yeah. Cancer in heaven. Cancer may be in heaven, but guess what? They're taking that back alley elevator and going down to hell once a week and letting their truth unveil. You know what I mean? They need that release. And then they come back to heaven and they're like, oh, I got cookies for everyone. And then we have Scorpio, also Satan. Wait, my sun and moon? Not me being Satan. Not me being officially Satan. Oh my God, bro. I mean, whatever. I actually do make fun with all my friends about, like, the funny shit that would happen, like, when we all go to hell. Because, like, you know those memes that are, like, God looking at me and my friends group chat for letting us know that we are not, in fact, invited to heaven? Like, no, truly. Like, sometimes I think about the shit that, like, you know, the shit that we say in our group chats, you know, in the comfort of our group chats with our friends. It's like, I hope God doesn't have access to my group chat. Like, that is when I feel the most safe to be the most unhinged, you know? And yeah, Scorpio is also Satan. Scorpio is Satan. But also, like I said, from what I know, I don't know much about Christianity, but don't they say that, yeah, they said that Satan was, you know, an angel. So you could get both. Is it an evolved Scorpio? No, what am I talking about? Even the evolved ones, it's fun to have a little power. You know what I mean? Also, my thing is, I don't want to be a goody two-shoes. Like, I really don't. I'm not saying I'm out here trying to be Satan. Like, that's taking it a little too far. But also in heaven, like, what, no one can break rules? I don't know. I don't know if I'm down with that. Doesn't sound fun. Sorry. Sagittarius is hell, of course. That's where they belong, and I'm excited for that because I'll have fun with my bestie. Yeah, Sagittarius is all about that chaos, okay? And then we have Capricorn heaven. No. Capricorn is a devil card in tarot. Of course Capricorn is going to be in hell. No, Capricorn would also be bored in heaven. Truly. Truly. And Capricorn might also be Satan, too. Aquarius, hell. Yep. They're breaking all the rules. Aquarius is actually in a place adjacent to hell where they can still do scary shit, but away from everyone because they need that alone time to really come up with the evil plans. And then we have Pisces in heaven, obviously. Pisces is like God's favorite angel. You know what I mean? Oh, God. Pisces would have way too much fun in heaven, but I will say I feel like they will miss the rest of the gang in hell. So they might also be visiting us, but they'll lie about why they need to go there. Like, they'll lie and say to everyone, no, I need to go to hell so I can check on everyone and make sure they're doing okay because they're going through a lot there, you know? That's what they do. All right, you guys, thank you for kicking it with me. I hope you had a fun one. This week was super random. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple, don't forget to leave me a review. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment about any of the topics I talked about. This heaven or hell list was funny as fuck. I thought it was so funny. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.